build on and put Gloucestershire under pressure tomorrow. Short delivery from Hull, wide outside the off stump, and Bracey cuts it for 4. Pretty fine on the offside, poking through as well. Hull bowls, Bracey drives fluently through extra cover, and that will go to the boundary as well, noticeably.
A little bit of water on the outfield, in fact. In goes Scriven and bowls. Lovely straight drive, lovely shot from Charlesworth, just over pitched. And
talking about Ben Charlesworth's batting glowingly, short ball from Hull, pulled away over the top of wide mid-on, and the ball will have enough pace to go to the boundary. So
Scriven bowls on towards the legs of Bracey. Worked very nicely through mid-wicket. In fact, he's timed that rather better. Just seemed to lean on it. And it has raced away to the mid-wicket boundary. Hill in vain pursuit.
To Charlesworth now round the wicket. He pulls away and pulls viciously, and for 6 over backward square leg.
It was something of a one-off, something of a first. In goes Scriven, edge between the wicket-keeper and first slip to the boundary for 4. Ahmed bowls, nice loop to it, driven hard past him, almost through his hands, off the ground, through his hands, through the sawdust, which flies into the air. Charlesworth onto 1-2-6, waits, hits that hard and straight, 4-6. Didn't go too high. Steps in and bowls down the wicket. He goes, and he's cleared long on. Just for a second it looked as though Travaskis might be in the game, but no, got plenty of it, Ben Charlesworth, and got underneath it and hit it high and long.
Kimber bowls back, cutting Charlesworth out towards deep point. They'll just take the single, and that is Ben Charlesworth's first class 150. From 221 deliveries, 16 4s and 6 6s.
Trouble, in he goes and bowls outside off stump, cut away, and he's got that one through the gap. Bracey, and could go all the way and will go all the way. Good shot. One said, in goes Hull and bowls outside off stump, cut and cut for 4 nicely. Diving across to his left at backward point. Hull is in, bowls short in the air. He's got a little bit of a top edge on that one. Again, Ahmed is a bit slow reacting. He's gone down to wide long leg for 4.
Skeg Vegas.
That I've never heard. Pulled decisively and dismissively over wide long on by Ben Charlesworth. Just sufficiently short. Nice swing of the bat.
Holland in, and that's been nicked between slip and gully for 4. By James Bracey. He was.
Green is in, bowls flayed away behind point by Bracey, and that is going to cross the ropes before third man running up the ropes can get there. Holland
up about to the height of the floodlights and is caught. Scriven bowls, Bracey on, drives, gorgeous shot, down the ground it goes for 4, and it is a 4th championship 100 of the season for James Bracey, who punches the air.
Green is in. Charlesworth drives beautifully, and nobody really moves except Kimber, who turns and jogs resignedly back towards the boundary. Bracey on 103 as Green is in. Bowls a bouncer to him. He pulls it away for 4. Short, mid-on, in goes Travaskis and bowls. He's clipped behind square. That's a chase for Ahmed, who brilliantly gets his left hand to it. No, he says it actually crossed the ropes.
Rehan Ahmed bowls, and Bracey continues to try to get on with it and lofts the ball over wide long off, 1 bounce and for 4. Just inside the boundary ropes and into the lead. Rehan Ahmed bowls over the top of long on this time. That will bounce before it gets to the rope, and it almost plugged. In fact, that has definitely gone over the boundary rope, and in fact Rishi Patel will signal as such. Last ball of the over. Rehan Ahmed bowls. It's a full delivery. It's slammed down the ground. 1 bounce and for 4, and Ben Charlesworth has reached a maiden first-class double 100.
On the wicket to James Bracey, who's whipping it away off his legs down towards deep backward square, and that is to Bracey. So round the wicket goes Green, and ball swung away by Bracey out towards deep mid wicket, and that is that was a dismissive swat from Bracey. to be resigned to it now. Leicestershire. Holland bowls. Bracey hits high over mid on 1 bounce. 2 bounces. 1 bounce for 4. Green in. Bowls. Oh, playing a miss. He's gone. He's caught behind. The edge has come. Ben Charlesworth slightly weary at the end of what has been a mammoth innings.
Rehan Ahmed over the wicket, bowls full and on the pads and clipped away backward to square on the leg side. They will come back for 2 runs as the diving stop is made on the boundary, but it brings up James Bracey's 150.
Gloucestershire at the moment with 16. In goes Green. Bowls pushed away very nicely by Bracey through mid-wicket for 4. In he comes and bowls and swung away out into the mound stand by Bracey. Well,
next delivery is there for the cut shot. That's exactly where Van Buren wanted it. He was waiting for that ball because that is his release shot and he has his first boundary.
Green bowls. Bracey hits him high and straight over long on, and it's got the legs to go all the way just for half a second. Holland. In he goes. Bowls. Cut. Very fine for 4 by Bracey. Perfectly deliberately. Perhaps not quite as fine as that. But
apart from anything else, Travaskis bowls late cut from Van Buren. That is delicious. And it goes to the boundary for 4. Lifts the leg again and then runs in and bowls. He's done exactly the same thing. It's too short and played late by Van Buren on the cut shot down to the boundary for 4 more. Seemed to be fine with that one. Reverse paddle, that's nicely played by Bracey. He doesn't have to be too concerned at this stage about turn and bounce out of the rough. We've not seen very much of it today, really.
Green and bowls down the leg side. Swung down the leg side by Bracey for 4. Didn't get much of it, and it looped sort of through leg slip in the end, but he got enough of it. Green is in. Bracey's whipping it high over mid-wicket for 6.
Oh, he's dropped it. There were 2 people in the mound stand.
Conventional backward point, steered past Kimber, down towards wide third man for 4. Rishi Patel can't get there, so dry like parchment as Hull goes in and is cut away high, down towards backward point, should be stopped. Oh, it isn't stopped, and picks up for Van Buren.
Hull over the wicket, bowls to him. This is clipped through the leg side and it will go out to the deep forward square leg boundary for 4. And James Bracey has back-to-back championship double hundreds.
Travaskis is in and pushed out towards mid-wicket. Hill runs quickly-ish towards the ball, but Van Buren had made his ground. Is that the declaration? It looks like it is. Van Buren and Bracey leave the field. Well, I'll let you talk about Bracey's innings. As in goes Singdale, bowls outside off stump. That's driven for 4. It was a half volley and it was there to be driven. And Ian Holland obliged. He goes and bowls to Patel on the leg stump, and that's too full, and Patel takes advantage and the ball beats. March on De Lange.
He's not going to get himself in trouble. Goodman bowls down the leg side, clipped on its way. A fine glance from Holland in a couple of senses. That brings him 4 runs.
Bowls full on the leg side, clipped away by Rishi Patel. Out to the square leg boundary for 4.
Zaman Akhtar replacing Dom Goodman from the Ashley Down Road. And he bowls a shorter ball, which is cut by Patel again with great style through point for 4. Point out now as Akhtar bowls. Again, it's wide and it's just been played later this time by Rishi Patel down to the wide deep third position for 4 more.
In goes De Lange, bowls fuller this time, but again Holland has everything behind it, and that is that for the day, in which there have been 2 winners really.